artist leader, speaker, the incandescent Wendy Angulo. Wendy Angulo is a New York City-born Latina, raised in Caracas, Venezuela. Wendy is a mother, writer, lawyer, and founder of Wendy Angulo Productions, an organization whose goal is to support, encourage, and promote poetry and visual arts in the borough of Queens. Shout out to Queens! Yeah. Wendy rediscovered her love of writing in the summer of 2011 after attending a spoken word event in Queens. She then joined the New York City Latina Writers Group, where she has been an active member and has taken the role as the organization's program director. Wendy is an essayist who currently is working on her memoir. Shout out. She has read her work at several venues throughout New York City and has been published twice, not once, twice, in an online journal, Mom Egg Revie, also the Kenyon Revie. She is a 2016 VONA alum, a contributor of Latina Executive Magazine by Proud to be Latina, co-curator and producer of LETRAS, the Latina Self-Published Book Fair, the producer of Elephant, a choreo-film created and produced entirely by women of color to fight against street harassment. That was so dope. I saw the face that was really so powerful. You gotta check her Facebook page out. I mean, your head's gonna explode. So co-creator, producer of Canvas of Words, an art showcase and poetry showcase that birthed Wendy's desire to bring arts back to her beloved borough of Queens.
That's right.
Yeah. And most recently, the creator and editor of Lifting the Burden of Shame. Woo! That's powerful online Awesome. So Lucy has written out, I think, Audrey, did you write something there also? Yeah. Very powerful.
Still in progress.
Collection is written called The Role of Shame. It's a collection of essays written by women about the role of shame in their lives, examining shame through the prism of race, sexuality, religious beliefs, mental health, infidelity, body image, gender, employment, and relationships. These powerful stories illustrate the language and impact of shame and how it can be overcome. Wendy continues to scout for new talent, build new connections, and create platforms that perpetuate the arts and strengthen the literary community in New York City. For more information www.wendyangulloproductions.com. Without any further ado, let's welcome Wendy up to the stage.
So much for being here and joining us in this super important celebration of women in a time where it is absolutely great to be a woman.
Hell yeah.
Woo! I want to thank the Queens Council of the Arts for inviting me to this celebration. A special thank you to Joanne for always supporting all my endeavors and for giving me my first opportunity as a keynote speaker. Woo! I consider today a defining and important milestone in a blessed and incredible journey. I have felt a lot of pressure for the past few weeks because I wanted to write something very special. So my hope for tonight is that my story serves as a source of inspiration to each one of you in the pursuit of your dreams. For those of you who don't know much about my background, I was born in New York City in the county of Queens and raised in Caracas, Venezuela. I come from a lineage of women who work hard during a time where women were told to stay still, to be quiet, and to do as they were told. The women in my family challenged all of that. From my abuelita, who was never afraid to speak up and who taught me to speak up when I believed to be right, to never be afraid. To my mother, who always reminded me that I was loved and that a good education was the ultimate key to succeed. That there were no limitations to what I could accomplish, only those that I would impose on myself. My mother was the first woman in her family to graduate from a bilingual college and the first one in her generation to become an executive assistant for an international company, Pepsi. She was also the first woman in her family to getting a divorce in a time when divorce equals shame and judgment. As I witnessed her silence the naysayers, I also witnessed how she raised her two girls on her own, providing them with the best tools you could ever provide a child with, love and an education. From as far as I can remember, I witnessed my mother challenge the status quo of what a woman who aspired to be, dream, and achieve. Everything she set her mind to, she achieved. She struggled, but she never gave up. She worked hard day in and day out to provide us not only with lots of love, shelter, food, education, but also with a love for art and an understanding that art is as much as part of your life as it is breathing. At the age of 7, she gifted me with my first journal. And as she handed the journal, she indicated that the purpose of this journal was to document my story. To write about those things that I see in the world and how they make me feel. To write about my dreams and how I will achieve those dreams. She constantly encouraged me to dream big. That I could aspire to be anything I wanted to be as long as I set my mind to it, but that I should work hard. That dreaming was not enough, that I have to put in the work, and so I did. I worked hard in school. I put my hands in everything I could put my hands to. Books, extracurricular activities, plays, and in elementary school, I created the first talent show. I wanted to give my friends a platform to express their creativity, to act, to sing, to impersonate. It was my own version of Sábado Gigante. I was the producer, I was the host. I participated in every play, in every art exhibition. Then, in junior high school, I created the first student organization. I wanted to give us a voice to spark change in the school so that we can improve what we already have. Later on, I joined the National Federation of Students, which sparked in me an interest in social justice and an interest for law. So I decided I was going to become an attorney. And when I graduated high school, I was also admitted to one of the top Latin American law schools. And in 1998, I graduated as an attorney. I told my mom, it's time for me to return home, New York City. I want to become a lawyer in New York City. So in the summer of 1998, I arrived in JFK with a bag full of dreams and a plan to set in motion. But soon I learned that not everything goes as you plan. And despite my efforts to join law school and go after my master's, I encountered people who told me that I was setting my sights too high. That a woman like me, a Latina with a thick accent, couldn't achieve those dreams. People who tried to put me in a box. A box that fit their constraints expectations of who I was supposed to be. I encountered numerous challenges, from a lack of information and willingness to be helped, to financial constraints that made it almost impossible for me to register in school. After a while, I began thinking that maybe I was dreaming too big. But my determination was bigger and stronger than their expectations of these people. So with $500 in my pocket, I applied for a job in a clothing store. And I registered in the nearest public library for free English classes so that I can polish my speaking and my grammar. One day, while I was working in the store, a customer who was so happy with the way I helped him offered me a job on the spot. He was a lawyer. From that day on, I have joined the legal workforce of New York City, and I have worked my way up. 18 years later, I am a senior paralegal and an office manager to one of the top law firms in New York City that specializes in medical malpractice and personal injury. My boss, a woman, has pushed me and inspired me to achieve my dreams. Working with her, I have learned to navigate spaces and handle situations where women are constantly underestimated. But she has always told me to never tone down my power and to be absolutely unapologetically about it. Some of you might think that I have failed because I did not achieve my dream of becoming an attorney in the United States. I did not fail. Although I did not graduate as an attorney in New York City, my law background and my experience has served as a solid foundation for the pursuit of my arts career and my entrepreneurship journey. One thing I have learned during my lifetime is that there's no such thing as failure. Failure is nothing more than life trying to move you into a different direction. We live in our darkest times when we learn the most, and that is the key, to learn. From every experience, just learn. Every experience is there to teach you something, to put you in the direction of who you really are and into your purpose. And this is how life has pushed me into where I am today. During one of the most painful and darkest times in my life, I was invited to attend an open mic in Queens in the summer of 2011. There, I heard stories from women who look like me, who have experienced stories like my own, who use their creativity as a way of healing. As I left the space, I was inspired and didn't feel alone. Hearing those stories sparked something within me that made me pick up the pen and write again. That event brought me to the New York City Latina Writers Group, an organization that has provided me with a safe space to tell my story, to dream big, and to give room to the idea of Wendy Angulo Productions and Canvas of Works. This organization has not only supported me and all my endeavors, but has granted me with mentors like Alicia Nabel Santos, Nidia Castro, and Vanessa Martir, who believe in me, in the power of my voice, and have pushed me to pursue my dreams. As I surrounded myself with all these talented artists, I saw a need for space that would give these artists a platform to showcase their art, for their stories to have a home, and for our community to connect with art. And this is how Canvas of Words was born. I worked hard day in and day out for 6 months straight. Every minute was accounted for. And as I inaugurated the show in the fall of 2013 to a sold-out crowd of 200 people, I witnessed the effect the show had in the audience. And at that very moment, I discovered my purpose, my calling. This is what I was born to do. I must point out that in the beginning it wasn't very clear that this was my purpose. There were times where I questioned the decision to follow this dream. But again, my determination to succeed was bigger and stronger than the fear of failure. I did not stop. I knew in my heart that this event was necessary and that it will not only change my life, but the life of those who participated, attended, and the way that art was viewed in our community. The success of the show laid out the plan for me to become an entrepreneur and an advocate for the arts. For the past 5 years of my life, I have built an organization that provides a platform for artists to showcase their art, encourage artists to pursue their dreams. I have used my voice not only to tell my story, but also to create awareness of the numerous dreamers and doers that exist among us, who are making a difference, who through their art are telling our stories. Because today, more than ever, our stories matter, and they need to be told and heard to reclaim our place in history. This organization has given me an opportunity to build connections and partnership with numerous grassroots organizations who, like me, have a deep love and commitment to the arts. I have created events that have evoked change in the way art is perceived and experienced within the community, and have stirred an interest in people who would not normally be interested in art. Although I have encountered numerous challenges, from funding to breaking imposed barriers of shame, judgment, and disbelief of what I am capable of doing for simply being a woman of color, I wouldn't change anything. My determination and perseverance has always overweighed these challenges. Today, as I stand in front of you, I am reminded that this is my purpose, that all this work has not been in vain, that I have made and I'm making a difference, a change in my community and the world, but most important than my work, has inspired and continued to inspire the countless women and little girls that have been told that their dreams are too big and that they are not enough. I am here to tell you that you are enough, and that your dreams are big and absolutely possible to achieve, that you have the power within you to turn them in a reality, but you must do the work. Be true to yourself. Use your power to uplift not only yourself but others. Inspire and be inspired. The true reward of all the work I've done is in the life it has touched and impacted that go beyond the doing. And this is my legacy. Thank you.
I am
I'm super excited to be here today. This is an honor to be celebrating Queens Women Artists. As an artist myself, this is a very special night to me because this is my first keynote speech. And I am excited, happy, and honored. And I want to thank Joanne for giving me this opportunity and for her continuous love and support to all my endeavors.